Hey guys, welcome to today's video on how I help my clients using human design. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Alika. I am a trusted advisor and a coach that focuses on energy optimization with purpose-driven leaders who want to have more harmony personally and professionally. So if you're new to my channel, thank you, and please subscribe if you're interested to hear all the different elements about how you can get your energy in overflow so that you can be here and be focused on what you came here to do. So let's jump straight into today's topic. Oh my gosh, human design is just like one of the things that I feel like I could talk about all day, every day, because to describe human design, I would just say simply, it's a roadmap to your most authentic self. It is the blueprint that is described through a visual body graph of how your energy body works, which encompasses everything about who you are, what you're here to do, how you're here to do it. Let's be honest, we don't get the rule book of us when we're born, but this seems as close to it as what you're going to get, and that's why I absolutely love it. So I've got some things that I want to definitely cover today, so let's go to that first. So the first thing is conditioning. So when I use human design, obviously I'm plowing through a lot of data which we can see visually in the body graph from ancient wisdom, from the pseudoscience, and from science like quantum physics. And you know, there's over 20,000 different genomes that have been found in the human DNA. So all of these are encompassed in the data that essentially I'm interpreting. And so what I want to talk about is this conditioning, which is a big part of what we are trying to resolve through sharing in human design. So I don't like to just download the information of human design onto my clients. I like to help them understand their human design and how to integrate it into realistic habits that they can use in their life to live their most authentic self, which is the only way that they can have the most success. And conditioning is this idea that from the moment we are born, if you just imagine that the human brain in the first 7 years is designed to absorb everything it sees, feels, and experiences in its environment as part of its survival in those early years. And in doing that, we spend the rest of our life noticing patterns from things that we've picked up from others in that conditioning process and are still picking up, right? So that conditioning may start with your parents, then might go to your teachers, then your culture, your religion, your intimate partners, your friendships. All of these are layers that are put onto you. Like, just imagine it's hardware that you have your brain and software that's been installed into you. And so as you go through those patterns after the 7 to 14, age 7 to 14, you start seeing that some things are just not helping you. And the common theme is you. And so hopefully most people come to this point where they realize, I need to do something on me. And that point, to be honest with you, is different for everybody. For me, I had to go extreme, not one burnout, 2 burnouts, break down a relationship, selling a business, everything. For others, they get to it through different ways. So some through its health, some it's finances, some it's breakdown in relationships. Some people just are lucky, I think, and go, you know what, maybe it's time to start my inner work. And this process of inner work that I talk a lot about is this process of accessing our inner world, our thoughts, our beliefs, and reshaping it. And in that reshaping, what in human design we refer to as the deconditioning, getting rid of all those layers that have been put on us and returning to who we actually are underneath all of those things. And so when I'm doing a human design reading for my clients, I'm looking to help them to access that deconditioning process faster and guide them through the visual interpretation of their chart to where they might have the most conditioning put on them because of the design of their energy body. So that's conditioning. The next thing I look at is I like to look at their value systems, like what are they here to do? And in human design, what we can see is we can see a combination of like this North Star of what their soul is like. That's their full intention. We call it an incarnation cross. the full intention of what it's here to do and the pathway that it's been given, the gifts, the unique gifts that's driving it to be able to fulfill that North Star's purpose. And we can see in the graph, the body graph, we can see all of these different gates, those gifts, these superpowers that have been lit up through energy in order to fulfill that. And some of those are what form, therefore, our values, our experience in this lifetime that has to be integrated in order to fulfill this total North Star. And so I think getting that clarity for them is really, really useful. And then, so I go from there into their gifts. So through looking at the body graph, we can see there's a superior gift that is really here to help people. So I was looking at one of my clients today, and her unique gift was the gift of being able to manage resources well. And if you think about that, she's not an accountant. That would be, to me, like the ideal for an accountant. But if you think about team environments, if you think about families, if you think about in the tribe, that person that has that gift of knowing what resources are available and managing them well, that's a brilliant use of energy. I have a gift of simplification. I take complex topics like quantum physics, all the principles of energy, and I break them down into simplified topics. I look at things like nutrition and the details of counting your calories, managing your macros, whether food is good or bad for you and all of that, and I just break it down into what is the human being's diet? What are you designed to eat, you know? What is processed food that's made from man and machine versus what is food that comes from nature? So I have the gift of simplification, and so I help my clients to get the clarification from that. But each one of us has these gifts, these unique superpowers. And if you know yours, imagine the level of confidence when you're going, you know what, I think I'm good at this, or, you know, I think this is my strength, or people say this, and you absolutely know what your gifts are. Like, you rock up and you're in a meeting or you're in a situation and you're kind of like, what they need right now is the thing that is my superpower, and you show that. And the difference that you can have, the impact that you can make when you're coming from that very consciously using your superpowers, using your gifts, using your strengths, because you know that to be true. It's a game changer. You know, in my world, people talk so much about not having time. This is one of the reasons why they don't have time, because their energy is not being used efficiently. So I could go on about that one, but the gifts is such a big one. Another way that I interpret the chart for them is to look at how are they here to make decisions. So understanding the modern day world, we've pretty much all gone through this education system. Fortunately, it's changing. We've got things like Steiner and Montessori schools, and the education system is changing, right? But it's slow. And because of that, that means that the weighting on the cognitive brain as the superior brain in the body is huge. And that means people are willing to collect a load of qualifications, a load of certifications, which are also good if you want that. But what if just the accumulation of that isn't what gives you the wisdom? And in human design, we can see through the body graph what is your unique brain. And that may be the cognitive brain, but it may not. And if it's not like me, that has the gut brain, I want to know what my gut says first before what my brain tells me to do with it. So I want to know what is right, what is for me, and then I'm going to tap into my cognitive brain, which is my encyclopedia, and go, okay, which of the many tools have we collected over the years? And what are we going to use to solve this thing that I desire, that I want, or that I know to be true? And so we then come to realize that for so many of us, the cognitive brain is to be used secondary to the first brain. Good to use both, why not, right? But if you're not understanding how you're supposed to make decisions and you're using the wrong tool, then you're not going to be able to get the best result with the wrong tool. So how to make decisions effectively in your unique way is just a gift in itself. Okay, another way is I describe human design as the roadmap to your most authentic self. So what does that mean? Authenticity means who you are in your core level. What is your core values? The things that you know feel true to you about how you want to live, how you want to share, how you want to give, everything about who you are and how you apply that to your day-to-day experience in the world, that comes from your authentic self. And in human design, when we peel back the layers, as we talked about in the deconditioning process, and when we understand what your unique gifts are, and we understand how your body is designed to utilize energy efficiently, and then we have your North Star, we can start to create a very beautiful roadmap for you to follow on just being who you are already, which is the true authentic self. And when you are your authentic self, that's when you have more success. Name success. Success in your health, success in your wealth, your finances, success in your relationships, success in your work, like anything. Because the way for you to have success is using your energy efficiently. And if you know what is your true authentic self and what people want you to be, what you've been conditioned to be, then you can have the fastest, most efficient way to get to your version of success. And that is what authenticity will give you when you know like how to work with that and what that looks like for you. So yeah, really understanding the authentic side. So let's just recap what we've gone through. I'm using human design to really help my clients through the readings, through the interpretation of the body graph. I've been interpreting body graphs now for about, I've been studying human design for 9 years, and the last kind of 3 or 4 is where I've really been supporting clients with it. But the conditioning process we talked about first, right? So how to remove the layers of the conditioning that came from your environment and people that were influencing you. Your core values, how we tap into your core values. Also talked about the gifts, the unique gifts, the superpowers that only you have, and giving you that deeper clarity in those superpowers. Then we talked about how to make decisions. So using your unique way, your brain, that is not necessarily your cognitive brain, to guide you in how you are supposed to make decisions, which are obviously going to allow you to use your energy more efficiently. Then we talked about your authentic self, like using it as the roadmap to get to your most authentic self. And so, as you can imagine, look at the world that you live in and look at the things that you want to do and the impact that you want to make. If you have clarity in these areas, how much more energy would you have? How much more joy would you experience? How much more inner peace would you have? How much harmony would you have between your personal life and your professional life and between other people, other humans? How much harmony would we see in the world if we collectively had that? And so if you are new to the work of human design, or even if you've not, you've had a reading but you don't even know, so many people come to me, they've had readings but they really just have information that they don't know what to do with it, then I invite you to reach out to me for human design readings or deeper exploration of how we really build the habits that you need to have harmony in your personal and professional life through the health concierge. And yeah, reach out to me and see how I can support you with that. And if you feel that this video has added value, then please do help me to share this message with others by liking the video and sharing it. If you think there's somebody that needs to hear this message, share this with them. And of course, anything related to how you can optimize your energy, then please make sure you subscribe so that you are the first to know when I do my next video. Thank you so much. Take care.